Hey everyone, welcome back to YT Classroom. Today we are looking at the topic of quadratic formula, which is essentially one of the most popular topics in high school math. Quadratic formula. Alright, let's start. And I'm going to be giving you the formula essentially as well as with an example so that you guys can really sum up the topic in just one video so that you don't need to waste your time on just watching longer videos. Now, the first thing is that you use the quadratic formula to solve quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is in a format such as this: ax squared plus bx plus c. Now your a, b, and c are variables, so they can no, I mean these are constants. So they essentially have a value such as, let's say, 3 or 4, and your x is essentially what remains there, and that's what you're figuring out in your using your quadratic formula. So the formula states that negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now what you essentially do is you substitute all these values over here, leaving out the x, only the b values. So let's say you start with negative of b. So you take this value and multiply it with -1 because it's a negative. Plus minus means that our quadratic equation has two solutions, so you need to do this equation two times, one with a plus and one with a minus. The same, everything else remains same except for the plus and minus sign. Then you have squared the whole thing squared, b squared, which is essentially the same format of b squared, minus 4a into c. So minus 4 into a into c. Again, you just take these values and these values, avoid the x here, and over 2a. So that's it for the quadratic formula. I'm going to give you guys an example so that you guys can understand this topic and application of the formula. So let's say we take the equation 2x squared plus 5x plus 1. So how do we solve this? So we take 5x, so it's -5 plus minus square root of b squared, which is again 5 squared, minus 4, 2 into 1, 2 into 1. So you guys might, some people argue that you don't need to actually write 1, but I often choose to write it because it just makes my working more clear to the examiner. Over 2 times 2. Now when we do this in our calculator, you can just substitute as it is: -5 plus 5 squared minus 4, 2 into 1 over 2 times 2. Now when you use plus, our answer is, I'm going to run it to three significant figures as it is done in IGCSE, -0.219. And you do it once again, just change it to minus, and my second answer is -2.28. Now essentially the answer is irrational number, so if you plug in these values into your equation, you won't actually get the answer. You need to plug in the entire value. So you can use that for checking, but you know that if those are correct, that means these answers are correct as well. Thank you so much. Subscribe because more IGCSE videos are coming out soon. Thank you. And please recommend any topics that you would like to be made a video on. Thank you. Bye.